Well, good evening, everyone, or good night, I should say, everyone across Mississippi. I'm meteorologist Alan Matthew, here with a midnight weather update. And here we have a live look at downtown Columbus. Very quiet, very dead out there, as it should be tonight. Streets, at least the blacktop roads there, looking pretty decent. We've seen lots of reports of icing, though, tonight across north central Mississippi. You might as well just prepare to deal with that if you're getting up early in the morning. Taking a look now at the Delta State camera, roads there looking a lot more slick than they are in Columbus. And then we can see West Point there as well. Nice shot of the downtown area. Roads there also looking a little bit wet. Here's a recent radar shot showing the temperature gradient across the state of Mississippi. You know, we're not too far from 30 degrees here in Lowndes County, Mississippi. And the good news is the precipitation for us has pretty much winded down for the night. Still was a little bit of precip going on during this shot about 20-30 minutes ago. Off to the south, they have seen quite a bit of freezing rain down there around the Jackson area, Flowood, and places like that. Here's the Jackson Sounding from 0Z, very icy looking. Look at that warm layer right there, and then those below freezing temperatures. Yeah, they saw on the order of, I believe, 1/10 of an inch in some places. Some reports were saying as much as 2/10 of an inch of ice. It was putting some pretty heavy weight on the trees and some power lines there, so pretty treacherous conditions for them that will persist into the morning hours. So for tonight, we're getting down to a low of around 27 degrees, so a lot of that water out there is going to freeze, and there's going to be some patchy slick spots, some black ice, particularly on the roads and the bridges. So it bears mentioning that here's what most people expect when you say icy bridges. You expect to see a white bridge that looks like ice. And, sometimes you do get that, especially if you have other types of precip fall on it. But a lot of times you don't get that nice contrast that lets you know, hey, there's danger. A lot of times you get what we call black ice. And black ice is practically indistinguishable from the other parts of the road. It's basically looks like rain on the road. And this is a shot here of normal road and then bridge that has black ice on it. So you want to take it very, very slow on the roads tomorrow morning. And just because a bridge doesn't necessarily look like it has ice on it, there could be black ice on it, and it's very slick. Not very good traction on it at all. I've been showing this graphic, icing impacts. Even small amounts of ice, such as 1/10 of an inch, can have big impacts depending on how people respond. If you go out tomorrow morning and you get in a hurry on your way to school, on your way to work, and you're driving 60, 70 miles per hour and you hit one of these slick spots, then even 1/10 of an inch of ice, can have a big impact for you. So slow down, make sure you have plenty of time to get where you're going, make sure you take it easy on the roads, have full tank of gas when you set out, and you should be okay. I don't think it'll be that bad. Alright, let's move on and talk about Wednesday. I'm sick of talking about freezing rain, as are most, about hearing about it. So Wednesday we got a nice little system moving in here. I would call this the Gulf Coast Clipper system. Moving fast. It's basically a trough comes down the west coast, and then it almost becomes a cutoff low. Maybe even does there for a little while, and then phases back in rather quickly. And, location is key here. Currently the models are pretty persistent in thinking that this comes through the heart of the South, and the current, location of our track of the low is very favorable for us to see some good amounts of snowfall as we head into Wednesday, maybe even late Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, into the early evening hours. So if this track holds, then yeah, we could definitely see some snow accumulation on the order of 2 to 4 inches, certainly, with isolated places getting more on the order of 6 inches, maybe even up to 7 or 8, perhaps inches of snow. Of course, we'll see how that pans out. The models may change their minds. This could take a more northerly track or southerly track. Who knows? Here's the short-range model ensemble forecast. This is probability of in excess of 1 inch of snow, and we have a 75% chance there, pretty much right on top of us here in Columbus. That could change. We'll watch it, but right now, just take that as a good chance we're going to see some snowfall accumulation with this system Wednesday. So, heads up there. Here's critical thickness for Wednesday afternoon around 3 p.m. And the main thing to note here is this is basically a bunch of thickness spaghetti. A lot of critical thickness lines are, pretty much dipping into central Mississippi down around the I-20 corridor, and if that's the case, that just further, confirms that, hey, this is going to be snow. It's not going to be another messy, freezy rain event like what we've been seeing. And then we go back here for a second to short-range ensemble look for the probability of an excess of 4 inches of snow. 4 inches is on the high end, but hey, it could happen. Some places could see more than that. 25% chance here for us in north central eastern Mississippi. Higher chances are probably up there, going to end up being in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains in Alabama, over in Georgia. But we'll watch it. Here's 12-hour mean snowfall. This is valid for around 9 p.m. on Wednesday. I know it says Friday there, but that's totally wrong. Again, higher amounts probably in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountain. So, looking at the extended period here, very active weather ahead, at least as far as this is showing me. We continue to see kind of the trough pattern here for the next couple of days. That's more cold air, and looks like another big impulse moving down the west coast there around Saturday, and that's digging, coming this way. We may have to deal with that around Wednesday of next week or so. Who knows? We'll keep an eye on that. That's pretty much the land of Oz out there, and we have some zonal flow here that tends to be kind of active as well. We can have some short disturbances shoot through the upper levels, and that can fuel rain chances for us there as well. So, active period, I would say we're going to see more rain than typical. Above average rain, and above average on the cool side as well. Nationally, there's lots of snow out there. I believe I saw this afternoon where about 51% of the nation is covered in snow. And there's some very deep snow just to the north of us here, and that's really helping the cold air dig into the deep southeast, setting up that nice temperature gradient there for us. And hey, we could see more snowfall, accumulating in the next week. We're going to have quite a few more cold blasts coming down. Really, there doesn't appear to be any end in sight. Could be another 6, 8, who knows, weeks before all this wraps up. All right, let's look at the weather for tonight. Be careful on the roads tomorrow morning. Check out what the conditions are via the Mississippi Department of Transportation. Make sure you can get where you're going safe. Do travel slow. Take your time. And also, heads up for Wednesday. Be following the weather forecast, as they are sure to change between now and then, as we look forward to maybe some snow instead of freezing rain. You can connect with me on many social media outlets. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Vine, and Facebook. So y'all do have a great remainder of the evening and a safe Tuesday morning commute. God bless.